I know I sent an email home about buying clay. So I did find some in a store called Sculpey Air Dry Clay. You don't want to have anything you have to bake. And I tried a bit out and I really like it, so I'm storing the rest in a Ziploc bag. However, if you're somewhere and you can't access store-bought clay, let's try to make our own. So I looked online for a few recipes, and today I'm going to try one, and I will add the link. It's called Clay Dough Recipe Air Hardening Clay. So let's try it together, see what happens, and see if it may be an option that we can do while we're doing continuous learning with clay. So the ingredients are flour, just your normal flour in your house for baking pies and cakes, cornstarch, salt, water, and glue. Now this should be something you don't have to have adult help with because they're busy enough. However, you might want to check that it's okay to put glue in a bowl or on your parents' and guardians' kitchen tools, because they might not be happy if you do that without asking first. So just kind of double check, okay? So I'm going to be looking at my recipe as we go. So first you're doing 2 cups of flour. So I'm going to use, I couldn't find a 1 cup measurement in our apartment, but I did find, oh yes I did, I lied. Here's 1 cup. So I need 2. So I'm going to scoop and do 1, and then I'm going to scoop and do 2. Okay, 2 cups of flour. And I will move this here for a little bit. Then I'm going to do 1 cup of salt. Sounds like a lot of salt. And I destroyed the tip of the salt shaker when I was trying to open it, so hopefully. Whoa. 1 cup of salt. Okay. Try not to make a mess in your parents' kitchen, even though you're going to be the one to clean it up after. Okay, now 1/4 cup of cornstarch. Okay. Here's a little 1/4 cup measurement. It's very powdery. I did see somewhere in the comment section that someone said if you couldn't get the consistency you wanted, you could add more cornstarch, so we'll keep this open just in case. This is the weird part. 1/4 cup of white glue. So I'm really going to wash this well after. Even though it's school glue, it's washable, it's safe, it's non-toxic, you don't want glue in your kitchen utensils. So, I wonder if I should mix this up a little bit first. Okay, I forgot a spoon, so I'm going to use my fingers. So clay, see, we were using clay, would be hands anyway. All right, 1/4 cup of glue. I'm just going to take the nozzle right off and pour. Oh, this seems wrong to put it in my kitchen things. Whoa, okay, there we go. I'm going to get a spoon. Actually, I'm going to ask someone to get me a spoon, if they don't mind. There's a few people in the house. Woo! Because I don't really know if I want to stick my fingers in glue. All right, thank you. Now I have 2 things to wash the glue off of. I might even use the end, the wooden part, and I'm going to stir. Oh, that really didn't do anything. I don't know if you can tell. It's just sort of kind of got disappeared into the mix. And then the last thing it says is add water until it feels like dough. So I hope we have some bakers. You want the consistency of a batter if you're making cake or muffins. So I don't really know how much to pour. I'm just guessing. The recipe doesn't say. So here was a glass. I'm going to try a little. I'm going to do a little bit of a stir. This is how my grandmother would bake, actually. She never used a recipe. She would just say, mix it till it feels right. And it always worked for her. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of this up so you can see what this looks like. So right now, ooh, it's fairly malleable, not too sticky. Oopsie. It feels fine, actually. So I just want to make sure all of this flour gets in the mix. So I'm going to get my hands in here. It actually feels a little bit like making bread. If it's not completely sticking, it's a little too dry, and you might want to add a bit more water. Oh, I know what this feels like. It feels exactly like pizza dough. Okay, that's better. Now I'm getting most of the flour in this bowl. Okay, so I've made a little bit of a mess with the flour on the table. So when you're working, you might want to put a little bit of wax paper on your surface. I didn't have any. We're in a rental place, so I just used a piece of brown paper. And you're going to knead, so I'm going to remove this so you can see, and I'm going to knead right here on the paper. I'm short. So this is exactly what you would do in clay class too, actually. You want to stand and knead your clay to get everything into one piece. With clay, you want to get the air bubbles out, etc., etc. Huh, this is it. I think I would spend a little more time kneading this together. But for now, I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to see if I can make something, and then I will pop right back. So, see you soon. Thank you.